it looks like Canales don't made a decision. Bryce Young and the starters will see 2 preseason games this year. Is it the right move? Stick around. What's going on, everybody? I'm your host, El Grande Gato, also known as the Big Cat. 95ers Roar. This is 1995 The Roar. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. This is a channel for the fans, by a fan, man. Today we're here to talk about Dave Canales' decision to play these starters in the first 2 preseason games. Is it the right move? Is it the wrong move? What are the pros? What are the cons? All that and much more. Let's move on to our first segment, the first Roar. Alright, on today's first Roar, I'm rocking Carolina Panthers straw hat for the preseason. Listen, man, we're here to talk about Dave Canales' decision to play the starters in the first 2 games of the preseason. If you would, look on your screen here, Canales had this to say. Kind of going through last year, we had a mix of veterans. But this is predominantly a pretty young team. I just can't pass up the opportunity. The reps and games are valuable. But it goes to the night before when guys know they're going to be out there. They got to make the decision to play football. So it starts the night before with the prep. You start thinking about your planning, taking care of your body, making sure you got plenty of rest. Wow. Shout out to old Canolo. Hey, listen, Canolo. Shout out to Canolo. I'm being sarcastic, by the way. Shout out to Canales, right? Good guy, family oriented, good coach for the most part. I strongly disagree with this approach, and it gives me anxiety. It's my anxiety to keep on watching me. Oh, oh, oh. The reason why I got a little bit of anxiety is this. You're going a total 360 of what you did last year, right? Now, last year you had a bunch of veterans on this team. You decided to rest them. Now you got a bunch of young guys. You decided to play them, which is fine in context. So let me add context here. Bryce is coming off of 2 years of professional football. What you don't know about Bryce in the past 365 days times 2, you're not going to find out in a preseason game. You could do more damage trying to find out or tap into whatever you're trying to tap into a meaningless preseason game. At this point in Bryce's career, you need to be tapping into the 1-on-1s in practice, the 11-on-11s, and even the joint practices. Those mean much more. Now, a lot of people say, well, Big Cat, last year you say he should have been playing. Absolutely. Last year he should have been playing because he only had 1 year of experience. You get what I'm saying? So the narrative or the motive changes. Now, for the T-Max and the Xavier Legas and the Crokers and the Jimmy Horn, they're fine to be out there, but let them catch balls from Plummer and Dalton, right? Let them get their ears wet. This could actually blow up in Canales' face. It's mainly, I'm just focusing on Bryce Young right now, right? Bryce Young is the catalyst that makes the offense go. This could blow up in his face. The rest of the offense, the young guys, yes, put them out there. Let them give up. For Bryce, at this point, Bryce needs to be the Virgin Mary, right? He needs to be hidden, protected, and put in reverence and kept sacred until week 1. You know what I mean? Don't put him out there, because here's what's going to happen. Bryce goes out there, has a wonderful day. Everybody, including ESPN, all the heavy talking pundits and quote-unquote podcast aficionados, they're going to say, well, Bryce is back. Oh, 10 touchdowns and then the preseason game. Everybody's going to be drinking the wine. Shout out to Jim Jones, right? The Kool-Aid. Yeah, week 1, guess what? Boop. If it don't translate, well, yeah, it's going to be Excuse City on here, including ESPN and whoever else is talking. Now, the bad thing is this. You put him out there, week 1 in preseason, he goes out there, he stinks it up. Now there's panic in the Bourne house. There's panic at the disco. So, at this point, there's nothing really to gain from it, right? Bryce, if I were you, I would internally work on Bryce. I like the fact that there's no fans at training camp, right? Let's keep it as quiet as possible when it comes to Bryce. I don't give a care what Bryce does in training camp. I don't care what he does in preseason. All I know is week 1, your butt better show up and produce. That's all I care about. So have him out there, to me, it might even hurt his psyche a little more. You know what I mean? Because if you go out there, you stink it up the first 2 drives, guess what happened? Now Bryce is in his head. I messed up. I made a mistake. Now he's going to be the whole preseason chasing them demons, man. You just got to let him go. Sometimes it be like that. Brett Favre made an NFL career on that. You know what I mean? Went out there and a lot of interceptions, but a lot of touchdowns and a lot of playoffs wins and a Super Bowl to go with it. So, to me, you know, let's work on fixing Bryce quietly, right? You know what I mean? You can put a barbecue sauce on a pig and call it pulled pork. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's still a pig. It's a tasty motherfucking pig, but still a pig. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's all when it comes to Bryce. Now, the young cats on offense, fine, let them get their burn with Plummer, Dalton. Even on defense, with Skirtin, you're Manley, you got Cam Jackson, you know what I mean? You got Trevin Wallace, and the list goes on. To me, the defense is in good shape. A lot of you guys' eyes will be open come preseason game number 1 this Friday, because I'm telling you, this linebacking core is not a liability. This linebacking core is an asset, and you're going to find out. A lot of you guys are going to find out, man. I already knew it, right? Main thing is I really want to see these cornerbacks and how they perform against this Cleveland Browns starter and wide receiver. But I'm not worried about the defense. Let them get their burn. But this is just a precautionary tale for Canales here, man. I mean, you're the head coach. You get paid the millions of dollars here. You know, my approach is kind of protect Bryce, work on him internally, and then week 1, let him be ready to go. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I'm a Panther fan, man, so I hope it does work out either way. Not to mention you risk the fact of injury too, right? You know, fortunately, Bryce has been lucky enough not to be injured, given his stature and his size. You know, he's a tough guy. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean, it's only so long you can defy the laws of physics and gravity, right? Bigger hit on smaller equals, you know, it's not mine. That's the biggest Sir Isaac Newton's law of gravity, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, let's move on to our next subject, man, our next topic here. 95ers, sound off! Today's 95ers sound off. This is a comment that I'm reading from the fans. If you want your comment read, please leave an engaging, thought-provoking, or even entertaining remark, and I possibly will read it. Today's comment comes from Mark Lurie 9195. He says, "Nah, this is just what the doctor ordered. They need to go ahead and get as much as they can. Some, if not all of them, are not going to make the roster, so it's the right thing to do. And on the flip side, it's important that you keep the chemistry together by letting them get some preseason reps." Shout out to Mark Lurie there, man. Always, man, I appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe. Tell your friends, get your comments read, and all that good stuff. You're right. I think chemistry is very important, and a lot of these guys ain't going to be on the roster here. So it's important for these guys to be cohesive. But to me, chemistry is done in practice. And when you're going to really get a lot of reps when it comes to these joint practices. You know what I mean? The game is really just a polish. The game is a polishment of what you are in practice. That's all it is. It's more of a high speed, more up tempo. You know what I mean? Kind of big practice. That's all it is, right? It's a refinement. So, you know, if you want to know how good you look, you know what I mean? Look how you look in practice. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's good to hit against another color jersey, stuff like that. But the chemistry's done there. You know, if you see a team go out on the football field week 1 or even in the middle of the season, right? If they look like crap in the game, I guarantee you 9 times out of 10 in practice they look like crap, right? So Bryce has a lot to lose here with a bad performance in the preseason. You know what I mean? You got the talking heads, you got just the confidence in himself. You know what I mean? I think mentally he's hard on himself when he makes mistakes. It's hard to like swallow that. The fact you made a mistake when you only get 2 reps, right? Or get 2 series, right? If I give you 2 series and you know the only thing I did for this week was go out there and do a turnover or have a 3 and out, now the whole week that's going to be in your head because you can't make it. It's not like a full game, right? Full game, you make a mistake, you say, well, I did this a lot better. It's going to be haunting you, right? Last thing we need Bryce is with a fragile psyche or no confidence right here. But chemistry's done in preseason, and I do think it's beneficial to some guys, not all guys. The T-Macs and the Legates and the Jimmy Horns of the world, and even the young defensive pieces, man. This is going to be very beneficial to these guys. But Bryce is not one of the guys where I don't think it necessarily hurts him to play. I don't think it really helps him to play, you know what I mean? So, because if it mattered, you know what I mean, then, you know, why did Bryce go out there last year, you know, from not playing and then go out there and throw an interception? First play of the game against the Saints last year in the regular season. You know what I mean? You mean to tell me he wouldn't do the interception if he played in the preseason? I think he still would have. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to just internally work on Bryce. Keep the fans and the media as little to no information as possible. And week one, put it out there. But the rest of the team, yeah, I'm with you, man. But thank you for your support. Thank you for your comment here. This has been 1995 Channel 4, the fans, by the fans. Or by the fans, for the fans, all right? If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, share, subscribe to the content, man. Also, we will be going live on Friday's preseason game. Make sure you're here for play-by-play analysis, up-to-date information, real-time reaction to the game, all right? Be sure to join our Discord. It's free. Keep up with us throughout the season where, you know, we can come together as a community, talk about football, love on one another, cry, you fight, argue, sad. All the emotions of being a Panther fan in one community. So join the Discord right there. And we do have a podcast coming on Spotify, Apple, and all this other good stuff ahead of the season, all right? This is your man, the Big Cat, 95ers.